Your test. I just blew into it. You can't really whistle, huh?
Can't whistle.
Just.
Hi, I'm Reba Hervis, Artistic Director at Overshadowed Theatrical Productions. Welcome to this week's episode From the Wings. So, Rebecca, it's amazing to me that our top watched videos are always about something that would involve us criticizing
That's so true.
or supporting whatever it is that we're watching, right?
Do you think it's because we're just so good at giving our opinions? Or do you think it's something about hearing someone's critique about something?
I don't know. I would love to hear from you guys why it is. That caused me to think. First of all, I love being a theater critic. I get asked that a lot as being owner of a theater company. People are always saying, have you seen this? What did you think about this? And so I do think there's already a need to know, because if people are spending $40 for a night out, they don't want to go see something that isn't good or is questionable or whatever. So I think there has always been kind of a need for that. Even earlier, like in the beginning, when people would go to Broadway plays, they would wait, right, for that theater review. And sometimes that theater review either made a show or it ruined a show, and they would close right away. And so because of that, there's always been a little bit of an animosity between people who are like that are the people whose livelihoods are so much a part of that good review. Like I don't want to get fired. I want this show to run forever, so I need a good review. I respect theater critics, and I don't really think that they're out to get me. I think that they're going in, they're sitting down, and they're doing their job, which is to what?
Critique?
I think it's to educate the people. They sit down and they say, this is what the play was about. These are the people who were in the play. This person took my breath away. This person really couldn't dance as well as they should have danced. This person, I couldn't understand them. The set was beautiful. The music was too loud, whatever. They're just giving an honest opinion about it to educate. So that then when you say, is this worth paying $400 to go see Hamilton, you have the facts laid out for you. And they're just doing their job. That's all it is. Now, maybe that's because I've never been like attacked by one that I just feel that way. Or maybe it's because that's what, in essence, we're trying to do when we talk about the different movies that we've been to see or the plays that we will be going to see, right? Is we're not trying to just be nice. I heard somebody who said that they're a theater critic and they're trying to make it in that new realm of life. And they say that they only try to write positive reviews because they feel like they're trying to do a service and they're just letting people know what's out there and they're just going to be kind about it.
Will they purposely not see some shows because of that then?
I don't know. But
because I think that might be a little not honest.
Well, I think it's not honest to just be kind. It's like, I want to be kind, but I mean, I'm not trying. When we did the thing about redeeming love, I was not trying to be mean. I love Francine Rivers. But truth, right? And if that's how I really felt about it, then I need to not hide that from somebody, right? And I know that there are some of you who are making decisions to maybe bring your children to go see a movie or whatever, and or watching Disney Plus, which we talked about with some of the shows, and maybe you're like us and you hadn't heard some of the things, and so we feel like we have a need to educate, especially because I feel like there's not a whole lot of Christians who are saying, I don't think you should go see this movie.
Because it's very countercultural right now.
Yes.
Because if you ask anyone what's more important, someone's feelings or the truth, 9 times out of 10,
I'm going to say feelings.
Someone's feelings are always more important. But we know as believers, God is love, but he's just. Right. And justice is justice is justice. And sometimes it doesn't look loving, but he can be both at the same time. And as believers, it's very hard to be loving and just. It's very hard to be truthful in love, but you can't just take out truth just because you want the appearance of love. So I think the whole just criticizing in a positive light is a little bit dishonest.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree with you. And maybe it's because I'm hiding behind the microphone right now, so it's a little easier to be controversial or that's not the word I wanted. Confrontational.
Sure.
Because I think you're a lot more confrontational.
Yeah, you can move this mic away and we can still go at it. But
and I'm kind of not like that, but I find it easy behind this to say, hey, look, this is the way I see it, right? But I do think that God also says, talking about what you were talking about, he also says, I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes, right? And I think sometimes, especially in this day and age with entertainment, we are not so quick to turn off the TV when we're watching things that we know we're not supposed to. But I think that it's really important for us to, as we talk about all the time, align. And I think that the more that we watch things on television that we should not watch, it makes us lower our standards and gives the devil a place in that we are able to say, well, that wasn't so bad. And then when we want to go out and do something and we're hanging around people and they're doing the same things that we were watching on television or using the same language, it conditions us. It makes us calloused so that we don't even see sin as sin anymore. And so I think it's part of our job to point you to the light. And that's what we're doing on the show a little bit, I think. So there is a very important New York Times theater critic. His name is Brantley. And he wrote a review for Disney's Little Mermaid in 2008. Ooh. And he said, I loved the shoes, loathed the show. ... Okay, I exaggerate. I didn't really like the shoes that much.
Oh my word.
Well, okay, so that may be a little cruel, but it was honest.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so then it makes, you know what happens is it makes people talk about the show, right?
Yep.
And so I think us saying things that call it to attention, maybe it's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not as mean as it comes.
And that doesn't mean don't go see the show.
No.
I just want you to know this is my opinion.
And there are people, honestly, that when I see their reviews, I recognize who it is that gave it. So if it's somebody that I know, oh, Rebecca said that, I know that she's not sensitive about this, but she is about this. Yeah. And so her not liking it,
maybe I'll go see
maybe
it.
Maybe I'll really like it.
Yeah.
Or the other way around. She's like, oh, just because Reba didn't like it, you know, that might mean that I do like it.
Yeah.
And I think that's important too, to consider your source, right? So I think that it's important for us as a theater critic when we say, what is it that our job responsibility is? I think we should look at what it is that we're trying to review and consider who the potential audience is. Yeah. So if we know it's teenagers, like we did when we reviewed
Euphoria,
that we know that brings a different response and that frightens us in a different way. If it's for kids, we potentially look at it and say, no, this is not right for kids because of blah, blah, blah. Or if it's adults, you can get by with a little bit more, but still you need to know, especially if it's a Christian play or a Christian movie. Where's your line, right? So we need to know what our audience is, and we need to think about it to make us better. The second thing that we need to do is we need to think about the fact that maybe we're not theater experts, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that we have to be a theater expert because who's the audience made up of? People like us.
Wow.
Right? So we need to not shut ourselves down or criticize ourselves or think that we don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I've sat in a lot of plays.
Yep.
I've directed a lot of plays.
Yep.
I've sat in a lot of movies. Yep. I've watched them at home.
Yeah.
And I'm a theater expert enough to know what the dangers are of certain things.
I love that.
So what does theater actually do? Does anything that inspires or educates or entertains. And that's what we're going to be talking about, is any of those things. So if you have anything else that you feel like we don't do right as theater critics, or something that you would like to
critique
hear more,
us,
or if you would like to send a theater critic our way to
if
review a play,
yeah,
I'm good with it.
Yeah.
But we always want to hear from you. Really, I do think we're better if we hear from what it is that you guys would like to hear. If there's a show that you think, please watch this, please make sure you tell us.
Yeah.
So,
and make sure to follow us on their Instagram. It's From the Wings. We post a lot of content on there, little sneak peeks of future shows. So make sure you give us a follow there. Until next time,
this is just me
and me
talking to you
from the wings.